Okay, so this next part of this project, which is our black and white and rule of thirds, we've got our text that we've matte mediumed onto a board. And then we did the rule of thirds and drew that in different ways to break up the shape. And then we've added different black and whites to that with paint, with acrylic paint. And so now what we're going to do is add a compass onto it. So one of the questions is, who are you and why are you here? So who are you and why are you here in the bigger picture of life? So those are questions to ask young people, and they're not necessarily having a need to answer them. But every time you ask it, it pings some type of inner radar or your compass. And ideally you're looking for something that's called your true north, which is, who are you and why are you here? And so for me, I am here to help the planet creatively evolve. So anything that relates to that mythologically, earth, evolution, that's what I'm interested in. So what I'm going to do is cut this up and turn it into a compass. And then the project is to be keeping in mind kind of a sense of, where do you want to be in 5 years, you know? What does that look like? What are the things that you're most passionate and interested about, no matter if they make money or not? And go that direction. So anybody who's able to know where the directions are, so actually this will be this way for me, actually upside down for this video, right? You want to know where your directions are. So it's an external compass, but it's also an internal compass project. So now we're going to take this and move it into monochromatic color. So that means one color. I've got red, I've got some matte medium, and I got just a little bit of this retardant. So it'll just, so it won't dry immediately. And I'm just going to put a little drop in it. So then I'm going to actually then mix it up together just with my brush. And I don't want it to be opaque. I probably have too much here, but I'm going to wipe it off, which you'll see. And so, and then I'm actually going to be doing a little more collage on this, but you're going to see what I'm going to do. So here's the monochromatic. So the monochromatic, the way that a transparency works is that light goes through, an analog light, goes through the layers and it goes all the way down until it finds something that's opaque, and then it bounces back. And it puts, so what it's doing is it's putting this red over everything. So then the blacks are dark reds and whites, and so everything goes red. So now it's sealed off like that, but I want it to be more interesting than that. So I'm going to come back in here. So what I want to do is I want to see what I can kind of pull out And I'm going to even then later collage back onto this. So by taking paint off and putting paint on, that's how you start getting interesting things. Because if you saw that in the beginning, it just went to the same kind of depth, and it wasn't interesting. It didn't do anything more than that. And so I actually want to have it interesting, and I want to get a variety of light reds and dark reds, and I'm going to even probably I might use some white, or I will just recollage onto it. And I'm also going to step into oils into the next phase, just so that we can see what that's like. I always like to turn things upside down. That's how you can get you out of your normal way of seeing something. Okay, so here is my piece at the moment, and I have done black and whites and collage, and then compass pieces, and then glazed over the whole thing with acrylics, so I could see transparency stuff. And then I came back on and I did more of the newspaper clippings. Now that's the end of the acrylic world. We're going to step into oils, and once you step into oils, you never go back to acrylics, meaning that you don't work acrylics on top of oils. It won't stick, basically. This is cool. I haven't done a piece like this. So notice one thing is there's a drop shadow here that I happen to stumble across and put that in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to glaze all of these into some red, so that right now my whites are all on the same plane, and I'm going to change that out and figure out what I want to have as the main one that'll go down or back. I call it going backwards. And then I'm also going to put this drop shadow that's coming this direction. Here's my light, and it's cutting across, putting a shadow there. I'm going to put this drop shadow with the same direction on all of these shapes, and it will put them all into the picture frame in a pretty cool way. So let's see how that works. So stepping over into oils, here's my palette. I've been using this palette and this setup for 30 years or more. And blacks, blues, greens, yellows, orange, reds, browns. You know, this is all portrait colors. And I will reload this whole thing if I'm going to go into a big painting phase. But right now, the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do red and black and white, because I'm staying in this monochromatic world. Monochromatic is one color, and I'm only glazing with red. Okay, so there's that, and then I'm going to try this new Gamsol out for my thing that's going to help me glaze, and also to and it's going to help it dry. So I haven't tried this before. This is some new stuff. So here I'm back to my piece again. So brush, kind of need a, so I really need, I'll do a medium, largish So there's my clear, there's my red, and you know, on some level that's probably, we'll be using not much of it at all. So here's an example of glazing over this piece, right? I did it so much that it actually disappeared. And because I'm in oils, I can actually let that be at the moment. So I actually am gonna push all of these back, I call it that. Push them all back into the picture frame, right? I'm glazing them into the piece. So there's my, let's see what I want to do from here. I will go, so I want to always keep a little bit of white, so there's hardly anything. Actually, I'm going to go all the way, so there's no white, right? I don't want any white, no white. So there I've unified my field, brought everything together. Now I'm going to try to do something where I actually am going to wipe out, because my oils are not going to dry too quick. And so I can actually wipe out. I can actually kind of wipe out. So it's still got some of it on it, but you can catch it in a different way. Right? See how it comes back? So I have control. I have control about how much I want it to come back. So this one I'm going to actually push back some more. I squint my eyes often. Squinting. You know, and then I also, of course, turn pieces upside down. And so here, now I'm going to do I'm actually going to take a little bit of paper towel and put it in some turpentine to even get more of a wipe and see what that does. So I've done my terps, I put my paper towel, and then I'm just curious to see like how much can I get back out. Pretty cool. Can I get side of it? Cool. And then okay, so now I'm going to put this drop shadow piece on it. So it's the clear that I was using and some black, and I could put some red in it too to kind of unify it. And then I'm going to see what this does. So if my shadows is all coming this direction, there's going to be a shadow over here and a shadow here. Shadow here. Some of these I'm kind of making up, but you can see how it's giving it. This is on the wrong side. Right, so I'm playing around with some dimension. Cool. That's kind of it. It's kind of my piece at the moment.